Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for today's video because we are playing around with the new release from r.e.m Beauty and 𝐿𝐿, and we try everything out. I swatch it, I play around with it, I show you guys what it looks like, and then I did two different looks. We use one side of the palette for Glinda, we do the other side for Elphaba. There's a lot going on here and we dive in to see what it's all about. Now you guys, before we jump into it, if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell for notifications of new videos. If you like this video, make sure to hit a big thumbs up. But if you want to see what I'm talking about, what the swatches look like, and how I got both of these looks, just keep watching. Okay, you guys, I have the r.e.m Beauty and 𝐿𝐿 collab that just got released. Super excited. As soon as I saw that it was available, I immediately put my order in. The collection is stunning. I'm just looking at the packaging because I have the eyeshadow palette. I've got one of the two blush palettes. I have two of, I think it's 3 or 4 lip glosses. These are the plumping lip glosses. I got one that doesn't have glitter and then one that does, and I'm here for it. When I saw the swatches, I was like, ooh, those look beautiful. And then of course there's the kits, one for Elphaba, one for Glinda or Glinda. I'm here for all of it. I'm super excited to swatch the eyeshadow palette. I also need to make room because they're still in their packaging that they were sent in. I didn't want to take it apart, especially because there's just so many pieces. Granted, they're all the same color for each of the collections. Like there's no guessing which one belongs to which, but it's bulky. So when I break it down, I'll have more room, but I'm here for it. Are you two okay? �𝐂𝐇 is doing zoomies and Dixon doesn't know which way to go. He's following her back and forth between the two rooms. He wants to play with her, but she wants nothing to do with him. If you haven't been here before, Dixon is my fiance's Yorkie and 𝐿𝐶 is my cat I got when I was in Japan. They've been living together for about 3 years now and she can't stand him. She's like tolerating him, but all right, the palette. I love the details on this. It's kind of it's gold. It kind of looks rose gold to me, but that could just be the lighting. I love the details. So beautiful. And then it does have a nice mirror and then you have some beautiful shades in here. The shimmers are breathtaking. I'm so excited for it. So there's 3 in the top row, 3 in the bottom row, and then the rest are mattes. So 6 mattes, 6 shimmers. I think that's a pretty good balance between mattes and shimmers. And then looking at the shades, so I didn't do too much research. I did see the release by Ariana Grande, like the video that she posted, but I don't know if like the top row is supposed to be Glinda and then the bottom row is supposed to be Elphaba, or if it's just all together, like that's it. I did pick up the last release, which I also really enjoyed. Some beautiful products, but then there's also in the kits, I think this is like a liquid shimmer bubble of brilliance liquid eyeshadow. So there's a liquid eyeshadow in Glinda's and then there's a liquid eyeshadow in Elphaba, and this one is Elphie. So you have a green, which I don't think that's the vibe today, and then you have this really pretty like periwinkle iridescent, like it looks like it's got pink, purple, and like silvery blue in here. The details on this are absolutely stunning. So like she has pink, but then there's also the green details for their friendship is my understanding from what she said. And then Elphaba or Elphie has green and then like little accents of pink. I'm so excited for this. Okay, so I just broke the kits down. You also have 2 lip liners, one for Glinda, one for Elphaba. There's also the all over glow stick, which this is mesmerizing. I'm so excited to swatch this. And then this is a blush and lipstick from Elphie. This one's a little bit darker. Ooh, you know what? Let's go ahead and just, ooh, okay. Yes, I don't know that's, we'll see what I do for her eyes before I decide. And then of course, ooh, that's beautiful. And when she was doing her video, she's like, I put it on my collarbones, my décolleté, like she puts it everywhere. This is beautiful. Then you have 2 lip glosses. And of course I did also pick up the plumping lip glosses. So it's like, which one is the vibe? I don't know. I don't know yet. We will go ahead and swatch the liquid eyeshadows because I'm going to go ahead and do the eyeshadow palette here in a second. That is beautiful. Green's not everyone's cup of tea. I have to be in the mood for green, but it was one of my grandmother's favorite shades on me. She didn't care what color green it was. She always wanted me to use it because it always brought out the green in my eyes, is what she said. I rebelled against green when I was growing up, but as I've gotten older, I'll wear it, but usually as an eyeshadow. Okay, both of those are really beautiful. This one for, what is it? Bubble of Brilliance. So this has just kind of like a periwinkle bluish purple shade. And they're so metallic. I'm here for it. So far, I'm so excited I've got these in my collection. And then lip gloss. So this one is the Glossy Balm in Wickedness, which is kind of, this one kind of reminds me of �𝐂𝐃𝐄𝐒. That's hers, right? I have it in my collection. But the brown shades have been some of my favorites lately, and now we're getting into fall. So we'll put this one right here. Ooh, I like how dark that is. That on top of a darker pinky shade or a red for the holidays. And then Tap to Bubble. I'm so excited for the next movie to come out. Jamie and I watched Wicked again last night. She hasn't seen it, so I watched it with her. So that one's really pretty. It has kind of like a purpley pink iridescence to it. Love that. And then the plumping. So we have Plum Petals. So interesting. So it's that one right there, which has a beautiful red tone to it. So excited. There is like a little stopper in here. So like if you have this in your purse and it gets squished, it's not going to have all the gunk in your cap because of the stopper that's in there. And then this one I'm super excited for. Like look at just, it's so gorgeous. This one is Pretty as a Poppy. I am a huge fan of her plumping lip glosses. So it does look like I need to mix it up a little bit because it's trying to push out clear. Ooh, okay. It just needed to be mixed up a little bit. So all the little like tiny package swatches. Now I'm gonna go ahead, swatch the eyeshadow palette because I'm super excited for this. I saw the swatches and I was like, ooh, I wanna see what they look like in real life. When I do my swatches, I pick up the eyeshadow and then I only do a single swatch. I don't go back over it. I wanna see what it looks like just dipping in once. But let me go ahead, swatch the palette, and I will be back so we can discuss the shades. Okay, you guys, swatches didn't disappoint. The mattes, buttery smooth, blended out or swatched beautifully. When I do my mattes, I'm always looking to see, like, are they just gonna swatch where I put my finger or are they gonna drag and pull like they're supposed to? And there's some color payoff. The deep green shade, the first one in the bottom row, it kind of did that where it just left where the finger like placed. It didn't really drag. It's fine. Swatches do not dictate how a eyeshadow works or blends or smooths out. So I just wait to see what it looks like. But for me, I swatch because I want to see what the undertones. In a pan, in a palette, you don't necessarily get all the tones of a shadow. It's when you swatch it that you see like the purplies or the blues or the red undertones. So shadows can be deceiving in the pan, if that makes sense. Now, shimmers are really pretty. Top row definitely gives me Glinda vibes, and then the bottom row with the greens gives me Elphaba vibes. I'm thinking what I want to do with this palette is, so one row on the left eye, one row on the right eye, and give us two looks for this palette because I feel like trying to mix around inside isn't going to do justice, but I'm excited for this because the shimmers are beautiful. The silver, very metallic, and then the shade next to it, are there names on this? There are. Festivate, that beautiful like bluish purpley pink shade in the top row, beautiful. I'm super excited for that one. And then the shade, the marbled shade, which is Embrace Your Inner Green. That one, very beautiful. So there's shades in both rows that I want to play with, and I was like, I'm not going anywhere tonight, so I might as well do one eye each and just get a full extent of how I feel about this palette. But let me go ahead, prime my eyes, wipe these swatches off. I think I already have a way forward just looking at the shades that I have. It pretty much identifies like what we should play with. and we will dive in. You guys, Dixon just got himself in trouble and now he's trying to beg forgiveness. Sochi's been doing zoomies and he wanted to play zoomies with her, but she don't want to get chased. And dude, she's not your friend. She doesn't want to play with you. I'm sorry, Bubba. Do you want to hang out on the chair with me? No. He's like, maybe I can catch her. You sure? No. He's like, I don't want to. She is not a fan because he darted after her and she got mad. All right, Pride of the Eyes. We're going to dive in. And I was just thinking about it. I was like, ooh, I like the shimmers in this palette, but do I need to play around with one of the liquid shadows? So we've got the liquid shadow. I guess I should have compared this one to the actual powder shadow. It's fine. I don't know that I'm going to use the liquid shadow today. There might be other opportunities to play around with it, but I think I'm going to focus on the palette today. Okay, I had to break up my color switch because I was like, these two shades, some of them are kind of neutral, but at the same time, they're a little bit deeper. So we're going to need it for cleaning the brushes quick and in a hurry. I'm going to start with the shade Witching Hour. This tan, it's kind of like a camel color tan, I think. It has like yellow undertones. We're gonna put this in the crease and the outer V. It's not my favorite color of tan. I like pinky undertones, vice peachy undertones, but that's just me. But when it's blended together with other shadows, it might look different and I might have a different opinion. I am trying to get it to go a little bit higher than I normally go. The other shade, the lightest shade, is really pretty, but I also don't think it will show up as well on my skin tone. It might be too pale, which is fine, but I can use it as a blurring shade later on in the crease. Now into the shade Wickedly Wonderful. This one will start out on the fluffy crease brush, but then we will deepen it up with the compacted smudge brush. You guys, it's a little bit later in the day. I don't know if you can see, like, it's starting to get dark out, but earlier. So Jamie stayed over last night after we watched Wicked because we just kind of hung out and girl talk and watching Wicked, and Wicked for Good's coming out soon. So she hadn't seen Wicked yet. And I was like, girl, you're behind the curve. She's seen it on Broadway and she's seen it off Broadway, the actual musical, which I've seen it off Broadway, but I love the movie. I love how Glinda and Elphaba are portrayed. I even liked Wizard of Oz, like loved it growing up. And I'm excited to see the new one. I don't know why, like my entire feed when Wicked was coming out, I mean, everyone else's might have been too, was just the TikToks and Insta Reels of just the different videos, the behind the scenes and everything for it. The marketing for Wicked was so good. I could not wait. I had to see it as soon as it came out. We were in Germany when it happened and we were able to find it in English at one of the theaters out in town. But it was so good. The theater was packed too. It was sold out. One of our friends had ordered the tickets for us. And then we all just carpooled together. But last night she hung out, and then this morning we just kind of took our time getting ready, ran some errands, and then went to Pilates. And today I was like, I'm not doing anything tonight. I'm just gonna hang out, hang with the fur kids, make some dinner, and play with some makeup because there's some things going on that I don't have any control over. It is a 4-day weekend for us. There is a holiday going on and we are 2 weeks into a government shutdown. That is all I'm gonna say. If you have seen any of the TikToks or Reels or the news about it, that's where I stand. I'm just trying to take my mind off of everything that is going on that I have no control over, and I'm just hoping things work out. And then I also haven't talked to Luke in like 2 days. They were in a spot where they didn't get like Wi-Fi signal. And then all of a sudden he just, as I'm getting ready to film, popped up and I had like 8 new text messages and he's like, who was at the house last night? I'm like, it was Jamie. Who do you think I'm gonna have at the house? All right, so I started out here. I'm also wondering, like, I think I'm gonna bring that in some more. I was about to do the shimmer, but I think I wanna bring this purple shade in a little bit more. All right, I'm gonna go into the silver shade 𝐎𝐂𝐇. I looked at it and I was like, wait, how is that? So I'm gonna pick that up on my middle finger and just place that into the center ever so slightly. I just want a little bit. And then into the shade 𝐕𝐈𝐃𝐄𝐒. I'm gonna pick that up on my ring finger and it's gonna go in the inner corner and then into the silver. It just looks so icy and wet. Like, it looks like a shooting star on the eyelid. That is mesmerizing. Okay, this eye is as done as it can be for right now until we do other products. Now we're gonna go in on this eye, and I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, there's tan, there's brown, and there's green, and I'm kind of gearing towards the green because the purple is kind of looks like a dark or a grayish purple. I'm gonna go into the shade The Grimmery. So on my fluffy crease brush, and these two shades look very similar, but I feel like The Grimmery is probably a little bit darker than what I have on. Yeah, that is much darker than the other shade I had. It's looking very similar. It's fine. Now it's the shade Take Flight. And part of me was like, okay, do I do this brown and then Take Flight? But I think I just want to do the green. So going in with my fluffy crease brush, I'm gonna just pack this on and then blend out. Okay, now switching over to my compacted smudge brush. I think this for fall is gonna be, I mean, maybe not as intense, but for fall, this is pretty. This palette kind of gives me vibes of the new ABH palette that was released. But that new palette from ABH gives me subculture. Like, anyone else see that and think the same thing? I don't know, maybe I'm the only one. But I also was like, do I need that palette? I wanted to see it in store when I went to Sephora yesterday, but I didn't find it in store, and I was like, bummer. It's fine. I don't know if I'm ordering it. I have not decided. Okay, so this one is a lot deeper, darker, moodier. I love this green. I'm gonna use the shade Embrace Your Inner Green. This one I'm gonna pick up on my middle finger. Ooh, that is gorgeous. We're gonna pop this right here in the center. A deep, dark, moody. I love this. Okay, yeah. And then into the shade Oh Oz. This one I'm going to pick up on my ring finger. Place it in the inner corner and just kind of feed it into the other shade, but not too much. I don't want it to overpower it. Okay, on my silicone spatula, no extra product, just what's on my lid already. We're going to smooth this, and then we're going to take it through the crease. I still have product on my middle finger, or I did pick some more up, and just make sure that we don't lose that green. Two completely different looks, and I'm here for it. That's literally what this whole collection is about. I like this. All right, let me go do some base products. I'll be back because we have a lot more to play around with on the table, and I may not use this as lipstick. I might use this as blush, and I'm just like, what's this gonna look like? Because it was purpley, but I'm here for it. We're gonna play with everything, you guys. Okay, guys, before I set my face, we're gonna do blush, and we have Braverism, which I'm excited to see what this looks like. A little scared because it is a deep plummy purple shade, but also I'm here for it. I'm like, ooh, do I warm it up on the back of my hand, or do I just go straight in? I think I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand and pick it up from there. I haven't set my face, so this is still unset cream. Ooh, she is purple. I don't hate it. With blush, I try and start at the back of my cheek and work my way forward. That way I don't get too heavy-handed towards the front, but it happens sometimes. And I'm intrigued to see what this looks like when I set it with powder. She's pretty. I think this side, I'm just gonna go straight in and see what it looks like when. And you don't need a lot, especially because, like, I'm technically like a medium, light medium skin tone. A little goes a long way. And I'm just dabbing it on. I'm not even like doing a full swipe like I did on my hand. This is definitely not an everyday blush for me, but it is pretty. All right, let me go ahead and set my face. I'll be back so we can finish off the eyes. Okay, you guys, with powder on, it's a little bit more subdued, but mistakes were made. I did tell you in the beginning that I had a blush palette. There were two that were released. One was a little bit more pinky, and then this one is a little bit more like red and peachy. And I'm just like, oh, do I put it on top of the purple and see? And part of me is like, okay, so this one's faded out a little bit. I didn't go so heavy on this side as I did on this side. but I really want to use them. Let's go ahead and swatch them. Ooh, very beautiful. I think this one would definitely overpower the purple, but then you have this really pretty like pearlized shimmery blush topper. Like, is it a highlighter? No, it's a blush palette and it's called Sunset in Oz. But the peachy shade, and I'm wondering like, would the peach on top of this be too weird? Ooh, I really want to throw this one on there and then mix it with Sunset in Oz. You know what? I'm not going anywhere tonight. I don't have to worry about my makeup looking bad because you know what? We're just gonna test it. We're gonna see. Who knows? This might look bad. It might look good. You'll have to let me know in the comments. So we're gonna go into this shade, You're Blushing. All right, where's my blush brush? I immediately, as soon as I finished putting powder on, I was like, oh, dang it. I knew I messed up. All right, so color switch because we probably have some purple on here. I just dipped in ever so slightly. Okay, it's not horrible. And then I'm gonna pop into Sunset in Oz. Just kind of give it like a glimmering topper. Ooh, that gives it a nice sheen. Y'all are gonna have to let me know. I think it looks pretty. What are your thoughts? It's not even like it's a tiny palette that I could overlook. It's fine. It's fine. Let's go ahead and finish off both eye looks. All right, gonna pop back into Witching Hour and my color switch for this. So before I do the underneath, I'm gonna put this into the crease a little bit, just right there. And then my little tiny compacted smudge brush, we'll place it and then blend it. And then into Wickedly Wonderful on the little tiny compacted smudge brush. Just place it back here towards the outer V. And back onto my large compacted smudge brush. Make sure I get the green off. Now for this eye, we're gonna pop into the Grimmery. Same thing I did on this side. We'll start out with the fluffy brush, just on the outer edge. Just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And then tiny smudge brush for underneath. And then into Take Flight, just right here in the outer V. And the larger smudge brush. Love this. Now for the inner corner, I don't know that I want to do this for the inner corner. So let me grab a highlighter real quick. Okay, so I reached in and I grabbed out r.e.m. Beauty. This is Miss Mercury. Beautiful like champagne highlight. Pencil brush. We're just gonna go right here in the inner corner. I don't know that that's the vibe. Maybe on the green it would have been. It's fine. Yeah, with the green it's pretty. With this it should have been a little bit more cool toned and icy. It's okay. Mistakes were made. And then the brow bone. Okay, so that's done. But we have this yumminess to play around with, which I am so excited for. And my powder is set, so we'll see what this looks like. Part of me is like, ooh, I think I'm just gonna do it on my finger and like tap it into place. Ooh. It is really pretty. It is buildable. It's just so beautiful. And I'm not always like a glossy balm type of person, but this is pretty. Okay, I really like that. You guys are gonna have to let me know your thoughts. I will also see like towards the end, did it dry down a little bit, but this is gorgeous. I did have a tissue, so like as I was touching my skin, I was wiping off any excess because I didn't want it to like transfer back. Now let's see. Nope, it didn't disturb my makeup in any way, which I appreciate. All right, let me go do brows, liner, and mascara. And I'll be back because we still have lip liner and lip gloss and we gotta figure out which one we're doing. But I'll be right back. Okay, you guys. We now need to do lips. Everything else is done. I did a nude liner in the waterline and I'm kind of like, I think I'd prefer black, but I did do a black eyeliner in the waterline for the Elphaba side. It's fine. I'm not always a huge fan of nude in the waterline, but that's just my personal preference. All right, we do have two lip liners. So this one is Defy Expectations, and this is from the Elphaba box. So it's a dark brown. And then we have Toss Toss from Glinda's box. And it's a beautiful pink. And it's like, which one do we do? But we do have all the lip glosses. I'm trying to figure out, like, this one reminds me of �𝐿𝐻𝐂𝐇. Really love that shade. We've also got the iridescent, which the pink lip liner was in the kit with this lip gloss, which is so gorgeous. But I really want to see what this one looks like. So part of me wants to do the pink lip liner with this plumping lip gloss. Let's do it. Let's see what it looks like. Although I'm like, I could do brown lip liner on this side and pink lip liner on this side and then use the lip gloss and we could see the variations. You know what? Let's do it. So we'll go in with the pink on this side first. Lip liner went on nice. And once, like, let's see. Just blur it out a little bit. All right, and then the dark brown shade on this side. My lips look crazy right now, but you know what? We're doing it to see what it looks like. The lip liner does not want to budge off of my hand with my makeup wipe. It had some staying power. All right, and now the plumping lip gloss in Pretty as a Poppy. So I'm so excited for this. I do like the details on the lid. It's just a flower. Really gorgeous. Okay, you guys, you're gonna have to let me know which side you like better. It's very slippy, feels really nice on the lips. This is a look. I like it though. It is really pretty, really shiny. I love the glitter in here. I think I'm in love with the pink side more. It's fine. I just feel like this would have been prettier on the brown lip liner. That's fine. I wanted to test it out. Lip liners can make or break or change how you feel about a lip gloss, especially because there's some color with the glitter, but it's a clear gloss on the inside. So y'all will have to let me know. But I think the brown lip liner with this plummy shade would be stunning. Which side is your favorite? I'm really enjoying this green eye for like fall, but this is just a little bit more ethereal and like girly. Let me know, are you picking up the collection? Is there anything that caught your eye? Do you like these type of videos where one side is the like fun flirty and then doing something else on this side? This is the first time I've done two different lips. I feel like, who is it? Is it Joker? Two-Face? What's the Batman one where one side of his face is burned and the other side? I can't remember. But it's giving good and evil vibes. But I love Elphaba. I love her character. I love Wicked. I'm excited to see the next one. Let me know your thoughts. But you guys, this is the final look. What part of the collection are you most excited for? Or is it a collection that you're just passing on because you're like, not really my thing? I will say the kit with the lip liner, lip gloss, blush, or highlighter, whichever one that you decide to pick up, that one's super cute and I like the liquid eyeshadow. But let me know. Put it in the comments. Let's have that conversation. But you guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell for notifications of new videos. And if you like this video, make sure to hit a big thumbs up. Until my next video, you guys, bye. I'll see you in the next one.